What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW videos. Pokemon Go has kept us super busy in relation to the deep dive series because we've got new Generation 5 Pokemon being introduced into the game. In the last episode, I covered Chandelure, and today I'm actually going to be covering Excadrill. So Excadrill is going to be an excellent Pokemon. We are going to be talking about it from multiple typings, as well as taking a look at it from the raid perspective, PvP, and then of course discuss should you power it up, should you unlock a secondary charge move, and so much more. But I can promise you this is a Pokemon that you'll want to be excited about. Anyways, if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Excadrill, with a max AP of 3,244, Excadrill is a dual-type Pokemon of ground as well as the steel typing. And we will of course take a look at this Pokemon from two different types, mostly for the fact that its moveset will allow it and kind of accent it because of the stab benefit that it gets. So we've got Metal Claw, Mud Slap, Earthquake, Drill Run, and Iron Head all getting a stab benefit from this, so we are going to have some flexibility. As far as the ground typing is concerned, where we have Earthquake and Drill Run, I'm going to quickly show you just what move is going to actually be better, because to be honest, this is going to be a very important thing to talk about, and why Excadrill could end up performing better than some of your favorite Pokemon with better stats. So when we take a look at it, we've got all of the ground type moves. Precipitous Blades is the exclusive move for Groudon. It's just not introduced into the game yet. It's probably going to change. You can see that it is completely overpowered. But beyond that, you've got Earth Power and then Drill Run. So Drill Run is the second current best ground type move. And then finally, you got Earthquake, pretty much middle of the pack. So Drill Run is going to be definitely ahead of Earthquake, which is going to help tremendously. Just wanted to bring that up. If you end up getting Earthquake, you are going to have to decide if you want to TM over to it. As long as you have TMs, I would highly recommend you to go with Drill Run over Earthquake. When we talk about this Pokemon stats, as far as taking a look at it from the top down, it's looking pretty good. We've got stamina of 242, an attack stat of 255, but then when you make it down to that defense stat, I mean, we're talking about a rank of 408. That is so low. That's like one of the lowest ratings that we've ever covered, like in a deep dive series, but it still maintains a fairly good rating overall of 84th, but that is heavily dependent on that stamina as well as the attack. So as you're seeing, the stats are pretty good from that attack side, but remember, we've got the move Drill Run, and with Drill Run, you're going to see its performance versus a Regirock. It's in at the number 5 spot, which is definitely going to be a pretty solid performance, right? And you might be thinking like, dude, why are we covering this Pokemon if it's going to be like in a number 5 spot? Well, two different things. We're going up against a lot of different types where we have Steel, we have Fighting, we have Water typing, and then of course like Excadrill with that ground. So we've got a lot of different typings, and it's still able to make it into the top 5. But if you really want to see where Excadrill shines, that's going to be versus Electric-type Pokemon. Believe it or not, it was able to overthrow a Garchomp, overthrow a Groudon, at least currently in the game. We've got Excadrill in at that number 1 spot. This is where you are going to want to use this Pokemon, at least at this point in time. And I honestly think it has to do with this move, because Excadrill has a lower attack stat than something like a Garchomp, but because of Drill Run being a little bit better than Earthquake, that is going to be such a huge deal in that case. The only trade-off is you are going to get more feints in that case, where you've got 21 versus 12 versus 16 in that case. So yes, you are going to feint more, but at least you get some benefit out of it, and that is the time to win. We've talked about it. I think that there's a cost benefit associated to it, but I think it is worth it. And then finally, we've got the whole discussion about like Groudon not being good right now, but hey, once it gets Precipitous Blades, it's going to end up going up to that number 1 spot. We're just going to have to get that Pokemon then, and of course not be able to TM over any of our past Groudon, so that's going to be exciting. When we take a look at it from the Steel type, I definitely want to cover this because it is in at the number 3 spot. Look at that. So of course behind it, that Metagross with Meteor Mash, and then you've got a legendary Pokemon like Dialga, and then finally Excadrill in at that number 3 spot. I would say that that is a very solid performance, and something that you may want to consider if you ever end up going up against a situation where Steel type is going to be like the number 1 option that you want to go with. I think most people are probably going to look at Excadrill from the ground typing, so I'm definitely glad that I covered it from the steel typing, because I would not have seen how good of a performance it would end up having versus other steel type Pokemon. So we have talked about Excadrill from the raid side. When I headed over to PvP, to be honest, I thought that this Pokemon was going to end up doing very well. As far as the typing is concerned, it seems to be destined for success, yet when I ended up taking a look at all of the different leagues, it didn't end up in the top 30 from any of the different leagues. We're talking Great League, Ultra League, Masters League. And for the most part, it could be because it's including all of the Generation 5 Pokemon, including some of the unreleased ones, kind of taking up some of the real estate if you want to look at it that way. This Pokemon could end up being very good as far as its typing is concerned. Is it going to be good in practice? That I am not 100% sure of. But what I am sure of is related to, should you power it up or not? And I do think that it is a very solid option as far as a non-legendary is concerned. Powering it up, I mean, I don't know. I definitely say try to catch this weather boosted in the wild, get it at level 30 plus, and then maybe kind of keep it there like 100%. If you do want to power it up, think about it from that electric counter standpoint, like something like a Raikou, for example. Then it's definitely going to be worth it. Unlocking a secondary charge move, I'm actually going to go with a no. As far as the cost is concerned, it is 50,000 Stardust to be able to do that, and I'm thinking that there are some better ways that you could spend that Stardust overall in the game, mostly because it has two different quick moves of two different typings. So for the most part, I like it to be just one typing and then you just change up your charge move, but in this case, it's not going to be applicable. Anyways, I hope you do enjoy this video. Hopefully you're excited about Excadrill. I would absolutely love to know what you think about it in the comment section below, and let me know what Pokemon from Generation 5 you would like for me to cover next. I definitely have a couple on my mind, but I would love to know what you think. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. If you want to develop a deeper connection, I would highly recommend you to check out Patreon. We've got a lot of really cool things going on over there. Check out all of these supporters that we have. We are almost up to 100. We are also posting some special content, some behind the scenes work. And if that is the type of thing that interests you, I would highly recommend you to check it out.